It's a video camera.
And what do you do with it?
You interview people.
Hmm?
You interview.
I tend to do the interviewing and not to be interviewed.
Well, I'm interviewing you about your book.
Oh, well, that's easy.
So how are the sales going?
Well, I don't sell it so much anymore as I give it to people, particularly future bosses or present bosses. And most people like a freebie. And the book seems to be, I don't think it is, but people think it's a substantial freebie. And what I sold, of the 500 I ordered to begin with, I guess I sold about 400.
Oh, that's good.
And gave away 100. But I think that I sold enough books at 15 francs or $15 a copy to pay for publishing the book.
Do you have it listed on Amazon?
Right? Yes, it's still listed on Amazon, and so I can tell people if you want to buy the book. I haven't got any more copies, which I didn't until I sent 50. What did I send? 50 or 100? 50 here to, in Manon's name, and then so I have quite a few now. I'm about 20, and as I say, I use them to give to people, especially since the last chapter is critical of information work in the United Nations. And I've had two people high up in the UN say to me, that last chapter of yours ought to be compulsory reading for any information officer in the United Nations. Not that it's happened, of course, but it was flattering and pleasant to hear that. But it was critical of how the system works, where the average information officer butters up his boss by quoting him in a story which no one is going to publish. And that seems to convince the head of the UN, or the organization, that the information officer is going great guns, when in fact he's not doing anything at all. I don't have much more to say on that subject.
So your next book?
Sorry?
What will your next book be about?
What next book? That's next book. It's a tiring business, as you know, to write a book, and you have to have something to say. And if you work, as I do, I still work in Geneva, and I take my Shaggy Dog for walks 4 or 5 times a day, and I find it difficult to want to write another book. If I got some encouragement from somebody that they would publish another book, well, then I would probably make an effort to do it. But if I'm going to publish it again myself, no thank you. So I wrote the book for you and people in the family, and that was the whole purpose of the book, to mention the stories that I thought were significant when I wrote them for Time magazine or the Chicago Tribune or the United Press, wherever I worked, the Herald Tribune. And it was fun to send that to old chums, and well, once is enough. Once too many times.